This is the L2C Media Network, live from the Fred McLeod Sports Desk at the Tom O'Neill Studios. This is Steve Sporty Balls with Steve the Baxman Baxley. That's right, he's got the sports and he's got the balls. And we're just in for the ride. And what a ride it is. Now, with all the sports news, headlines, and more from a rather unusual day in sports, here's our boy, Steve, the Baxman Baxley. And I'm Harry Von Stuttgart, your announcer. I always forget that. No, you didn't. You mentioned yourself last night. Yeah, but, well, you know what I mean. Yeah, I do. But anyway, Hey there, hi there, ho there, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to our little kiosk of the county. Steve the Baxman Baxley here with you. It is, as always, a pleasure, a thrill, and a laugh riot to bring you all the action in the world of sports, which, by the looks of things, well, we'll be tap dancing for, I think, about maybe 45 minutes. Anyway, very light schedule in the NBA. Let's all go to it, folks. And by go to it, I mean leave us not tarry too long. Where's the... oh, there you are. Thank you. Ours is a kind, benevolent show. How kind, how benevolent? I have no idea. But I'm glad to be here. We're going to be here for a while. Let's hope. But before we do anything, we got to do at least one thing, and that is our sports show. We got basketball for you. And as always, as usual, yes, friends, the gods of the basketball welcome us with loving arms. Yes. Yes, indeed. Very loving arms, if I dare say myself, and I do say that myself. Anyway, thank you. Get close because I may say something intelligent, which wouldn't be too far from the truth. Anyway, why have we got the wrong thing? There we go. Get it right, and you get it right. We're 3 minutes into the show, and already we got a big error. And right now, just there we are. Boom. Okay, we got now our basketball segment is up and ready. And as always, our scores are presented to you by the fun folks over at Caesar Sportsbook and Casino, which reminds you we are all Caesars, but even Caesars know their limits. And if you think you got a little gambling problem, then call the National Gambling Helpline at 1-800-522-4700. That's 1-800-522-4700. And they will help you in many, many ways. Yes, indeed, they will. So, with that done, let's get on with it, shall we? Yes, we shall. We got only one game still going on in progress of two. And that is the famous Mr. Red. Nope. Am I looking for something? There it is. Thank you. And right now with 8 minutes, 11 seconds left to play in the third quarter, it's the Denver Nuggets over the Golden State Warriors, 69. We say 69. Would you kindly get off the bell? There we go. Thank you. That's right. Now it's up to 70-58 and still 8:11 remaining. Free throws are the issue for the day. Well, once again, the Nuggets lead the Warriors now 72-58. Let's go to the final scores before we totally run away with this show. All right, Brooklyn Nets took care of the Philadelphia 76ers 129-100 and that is it. We only had 2 games. Wow. Well, it must have been a really short wheelhouse there. Okay. Thank you guys for keeping the seat warm. Okay, let's take you on to college basketball. Women, men, tournament time. Yes, indeed. It is tournament time. Only one game to give you, folks. The Air Force Reserve American Athletic Conference Championship Final. The 25th ranked University of Central Florida defeated South Florida, the Battle of Florida, by a score of 53-45. There you go, right there, that fast. We really made tap dance here. Okay, let's get over to the men, because we have a lot of good ones here. So let's get started, shall we? Okay, one game that is still in progress. 3 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the second half. In the Big East Tournament quarterfinals, 20th ranked UConn up against Seton Hall and winning right now, 58-44. Final scores, let's do it. In the Philadelphia 66. No, not Philadelphia 66. In the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship quarterfinal, 14th ranked Texas Tech easily manhandled Iowa State 72-41. In the Pac-12 tournament quarterfinals, number 2 ranked Arizona beat the pants off of Stanford. Tried to beat the whole outfit off of Stanford, but they couldn't do it. So, hey, 84-80 was final score. Also in the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship quarterfinal, Oklahoma beat third-ranked Baylor today, 72-67. Oopa, oopa, oy vey. Also in the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship quarterfinals, 6th-ranked Kansas defeated West Virginia 87-63. In the New York Life ACC Tournament quarterfinals, 7th-ranked Duke over Syracuse 88-79. In the Big East Tournament quarterfinals, 8th-ranked Villanova by 1 over St. John's 66-65. And in the Big East Tournament quarterfinals, 11th-ranked Providence defeated Butler 65-61. In the Pac-12 tournament quarterfinal, it was 13th-ranked UCLA over Washington State 75-65. In the Phillips 66 Big 12 Championship quarterfinal, it was TCU over 22-ranked Texas 65-60. In the Mountain West...
The best part about doing things yourself?
Who said
it's
that?
Free. Like doing your own tax.
Thank you. Okay, let's try that again. In the Mountain West Championship quarterfinal, 23rd ranked Colorado State over Utah State by 2, 53-51. In the Big Ten tournament second round, 24th ranked Iowa over Northwestern 112-76. In the New York Life ACC tournament quarterfinal, 25th ranked North Carolina over Virginia 63-43. And in the Pac-12 tournament quarterfinal, 21st ranked USC over Washington. 21st ranked UCLA. 21st ranked USC goes against Washington at 11:40. Did we forget some games, dear sir? I think we did. In fact, I'm sure we did. Did we now? Yeah, we did. Yes, we did. We did forget some games. Let us proceed here. I think we did forget some games because there are games missing from the board. So let us go to the full scoreboard and we're just going to figure this out, folks. Because I think somewhere somewhere they forgot a couple of things here. Let's, no, apparently they didn't. But I say they did. They dude? Yeah, I say they dude. So we're going to do a little something that we like to call a little double checking here because I think somebody's pulling the wool off of our leggings here. Ah, sometimes it feels like somebody isn't listening, but now I think we got it. Okay, so disregard the scores that we just gave you. That wasted about some time. So we're going to do it proper. We're going to do it right. Here we go. 3:17 left to play in the second half. It is the Big East Conference tourney from New York, New York. It's number 20 Connecticut over Seton Hall, 60-46. In, let's see, 3:32 remaining in their game, second half. North Colorado over East Washington, 60-56. And just about underway. In fact, they are still early in the first. Abilene Christian over SFC Austin, 7-5. In other scores, also early in the first, San Diego State 4, Fresno State 2, and UC Riverside down by Riverside, down by the whatever, 14-5, UC Riverside over Hawaii. Final scores: Toledo over Central Michigan, 72-71. In the Big Ten Conference tourney, Indiana toppled Michigan by a score of 74-69. Providence defeated Butler 65-61. Number 7 Duke beat Syracuse 88-79. In overtime, it was Texas A&M over Florida 83-80. Fordham over George Mason 54-49. TCU over number 22 Texas 65-60. Cincinnati over East Carolina 74-63. Akron over Buffalo 70-68. 24th ranked Iowa 112. Northwestern 76. Montana State over Sacramento State 83-61. St. Louis over LaSalle 71-51. Miami of Florida defeated Boston College 71-69. You got it. We have it. All right. Creighton over Marquette 74-63. LBSU over Cal Baker 72-61. We keep going. Grambling over Southern University 60-58. Boise State over Nevada 71-69. Second ranked Arizona over Stanford 84-80. Let's move on. LSU over Missouri 76-68. Sixth ranked Kansas over West Virginia 87-63. Tulsa over Wichita State 73-67. Kent State over Miami of Ohio 85-75. Weber State 68. Montana 56. Wyoming 59, UNLV 56. We got Colorado over Oregon 80-69. Bing that bell, thank you. UC Santa Barbara over UC Irvine 78-69. That's right. Texas A&M Coastal defeated Houston Baptist 75-60. Massachusetts over George Washington 99-88. Morgan State over South Carolina State 80-77. Mississippi State over South Carolina 73-51. Michigan State over Maryland 76-72. North Texas over Rice 68-50. Ohio over Ball State 77-67. Quinnipiac over Siena 77-71. Oklahoma over number 3 ranked Baylor 72-67. Louisiana Tech over Western Kentucky 59-57. The Battle of Florida, UCF over South Florida, 60-58. Number 8 ranked Villanova over St. John, 66-65. We have Virginia Tech over Notre Dame by 7, 87-80. We got Richmond over Rhode Island, 64-59. New Orleans over McNeese State, 82-78. We got Portland State over South Utah, 77-65. North Carolina Central over Maryland East Shore, 68-56. Vanderbilt over Alabama, 82-76. Grand Canyon over Sam Houston, 71-66. Final in overtime, Middle Tennessee over UTEP, 66-59. 23rd ranked Colorado State over Utah, 53-51. CS Fullerton over UC Davis, 73-55. Ohio State over Penn State, 68-71. 13th ranked UCLA over Washington State, 75-65. Alabama A&M over Florida A&M, 61-56. UAB over FAU, 80-66. 14th ranked Texas Tech over Iowa State, 72-41. Monmouth over Niagara, 61-58. And number 25, North Carolina over Virginia. Their score, 63-43. And in the first half, it is number 21 USC leading Washington by 1, 8-7. There you shall be amazed. Yes. Be amazed at all that is going on in this little wacky world. And by the way, I think maybe there may have been 2 other games that are available to us. Are they? Is they? Am they? Are they? Are they? I don't see anything. I don't see no. Let's see. There we are. That should do us. Okay. So I don't think. No. Where are we here? Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Dankeschön. So we screwed up. We learned. Hey, lovely little dandelion. How you doing? Well, good night, dandelion. Sleep tight and dream some, which I know you do often. Anyway, okay, we have long awaited. We've done the basketball, so now we got to go do the G League. And before we do the G League, let's tell you what's coming up on Nick Riccata's little show of shows. Of course, tonight he's going to give us the word of Jussie Smollett. That's right, Jussie Smollett got sentenced and decided to have a few parting words for the judge and everybody else. You could say, yep, he gave a Academy Award nominated performance that went over like a lead balloon. So he'll get a Razzie. That's right, the Smollett sentencing, fatal racial slurs, and Melinda Scott updates, and a whole lot more. It is Nick Riccata, the humble Minnesota attorney, for your dining and dancing pleasure with law splaining the interwebs in about 4 minutes on the Riccata Law channel here on YouTube. Please, if you will, enjoy the moment. Now, let's get over to the G League, find out who got it and who flaunted it. All right. Boomalaka, 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 shumalaka. Ashuma later. Ashuma la dee da. Everybody go. All right, let's get you some scores. And we got some nice big ones here. Let's see. Let's size it up. Thank you. Rio Grande Valley Vipers beat the Oklahoma City Blue 140-135. Raptors 905 beat College Park Skyhawks 126-121. Grand Rapids Gold beat the Windy City Bulls 117 to 116. Fort Wayne Mad Ants over the Greensboro Swarm 126-113. Delaware Blue Coats over the Lakeland Magic 144-139. And the Maine Celtics over the Motor City Cruise 107 to 87. Oh boy, is that fun? Yes, it is. Certainly it is, yes. Oh, that wasn't all? No, that's not all. No, we got Capital City Go-Go beating the Westchester Knicks 108-92. Austin Spurs over the Sioux Falls Skyforce 116-112. Texas Legends over the Salt Lake City Stars 115 to 101. South Bay Lakers over the Memphis Hustle 119 to 107. Right now, 4:04 left to play in the fourth quarter. And with 3:34 left to play in the fourth quarter, it's Stockton Kings over the Santa Cruz Warriors 107 to 93. That's right. And we've done it. We have paved the way for sanity to continue on this broadcast, yes. So let's get going, shall we? Well, shall we? We shall. Okay, let's get you updated on some headlines and the big news. 99 days, 99 Luftballons, and they finally figured it out. Baseball owners and players congratulating each other on a job somewhat well done. That's right. Major League Baseball and its Players Association reached a deal for a new collective bargaining agreement Thursday, ending the league's owner. And let's do that again. Major League Baseball and the Major League Baseball Players Association reached a deal for a new collective bargaining agreement on Thursday, ending the league owners' imposed lockout. The union voted to approve a new proposal by a 26-12 margin. A simple majority, or 20 votes, was all that was required for the new agreement to pass, but it's notable that the 8 members of the executive subcommittee all voted no. The owners ratified the new 5-year CBA on Thursday night, voting 30-0 in favor. So Major League Baseball's off-season business, trades, and free agency is expected soon. Players will report to spring training in the coming days, and Major League Baseball teams are set to play a full 162-game season in 2022. Opening day is April 7th, per Jim Bowden of CBS Sports HQ. Lockout came to an end on its 99th day. The owners first enacted the lockout on December 2nd when the previous CBA expired, marking Major League Baseball's first work stoppage since the 94-95 player strike. Though the league characterized that act as a defensive mechanism it hoped would hasten negotiations, owners then waited more than 6 weeks to make their first proposal. Talks finally heated up in the final week of February when the two sides met daily in Florida. An agreement was reached Thursday after hours of negotiations this week in New York. Now, this is according to Ken Rosenthal of The Athletic. Here are some of the notable reported details from the accepted proposal. The CBT threshold, $230 million in 2023, and peaks at $244 million in the final year of the collective bargaining agreement. CBT penalty tier, the introduction of a new tier that starts at $60 million past the threshold. The higher tier used to sit at $40 million above the threshold. Minimum salary, $700,000 and peaks at $780,000 in the final year of the CBA. Pre-arbitration bonus pool, $50 million. Postseason format, 12 teams. Commissioner Rob Manfred previously announced cancellation of the first 2 weeks of the 2022 regular season when talks stalled, but all games are back on the schedule. Opening day is now April 7th. Now, through the process, the union sought to raise the league minimum salary and the competitive balance tax, the CBT. Thresholds implement a centralized bonus pool for pre-arbitration players that would be based on performance and introduce some measures that would curb anti-competitive behavior like tanking. The owners, for their part, prioritize an expanded postseason and international draft and power to make rule changes, including potentially installing a pitch clock and larger bases, as well as restricting defensive positioning, otherwise known as moving. And this was the first lockout in league history that compromised the regular season. Yay. Kalamazoo. Now, the one big takeaway is there will be rule changes in uniform patches. The aforementioned 2020 season included the universal DH as well. Sure enough, the new CBA will make that the new normal, creating 15 new starting jobs for players in the process. Now, as part of the agreement, the league has gained the power to implement rule changes for next season, 2023, including the pitch clock, restrictions on defensive positioning, and the installation of larger bases for health and safety purposes. 2 on-the-field rules from the last 2 seasons, the 7-inning doubleheader and a runner on second base to begin extra innings, however, are not part of the new deal. Oh, too bad. Now, tanking became a hot topic in baseball over the past decade. The CBA will at least try to minimize that behavior by implementing a 6-team draft lottery. The CBA also incentivizes teams to promote their best prospects when they're ready rather than when it's most financially convenient. With a draft pick rewards. Players will also have a limited amount of times they can be optioned in a single season. Now, in addition to the expanded postseason, the league will be creating a new revenue stream by allowing teams to feature advertisement patches on their jerseys and decals on their helmets that report from the ESPN. So, there you go. Baseball is back. Yay. All right, we've talked baseball, and it's back, but we're not done yet. It's been a while. The Hot Stove League is back in action. That's right, spring training starts today. La Paloma Blanca. Okay, slugger Jorge Soler should see his market get healthier with the adoption of the universal DH. Should help free agents such as Jorge Soler. More than half a dozen teams have already shown interest in the World Series MVP, though that number figures to rise now that the DH is coming to the National League. Yes. Home runs for Braves and Royals last season, and in 2019 he led the American League with 48 homers. Good. Googly moogly. Okay. And let's see, do we have anything we want to talk about? Or are we just looking? Nope, that's about it. So we haven't actually got any news yet. Don't worry. We're bound to have something. All right, here we go. We got a long way to go. So let's lift it up and say hi. Okay, some NBA news. Hi there. What was supposed to be one of the most exciting games of the NBA season quickly devolved into a laugher as the Brooklyn Nets went into Philadelphia to deliver a robust 129-100 win over the 76ers in the first matchup between the two teams since this month's colossal trade involving James Harden and Ben Simmons. The Nets came out of the gates hot and never trailed, putting a thumping on the 76ers, who have been undefeated with Harden since the trade. Simmons, who didn't play, was met with boos from his former home crowd before the game, but it eventually turned its ire upon its own team due to the disheartening performance. Kevin Durant was spectacular, leading the Nets with 25 points, 14 rebounds, and 7 assists in 32 minutes, while Seth Curry, also part of the Harden-Simmons trade, went off for 24 points on 10-14 shooting against his former team. Kyrie Irving added 22 points on 5 for 11 three-point shooting. Things didn't go well for Harden in his first game against the Nets since trade, as he went just 3 for 17 from the field, en route to 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 turnovers. Joel Embiid did everything he could, putting up 27 points and 12 rebounds in 30 minutes, but it was nowhere near enough. Brooklyn Nets beat the Philadelphia 76ers 129 to 100. Ah, 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 ah. Okay, let's do the college basketball fandango. What do we have? Do we have anything? Yeah, it's tournament time. And on a Sunday, we will all find out who goes March Maddening. How's that for? How's that for fun? Yeah, I know it's going to be hilarious, or hilarious for you and I. Okay, then golf, before we go forth any further, get you some media news. The 2022 Players Championship leaderboard, as inclement weather took over the TPC Sawgrass on Thursday. The Players Championship round 1 was upended by 2 separate rain delays totaling 5 hours and turned TPC Sawgrass into a point-and-shoot track miles from the fast and firm conditions that normally make it famous this time of year. So, to whom is in the lead? Well, we're going to tell you. Right now, Tommy Fleetwood is in the clubhouse, tied in first place with Tom Hoagie for -6. Meanwhile, Kramer, hi there, shall we? Kramer Hickok, Joaquin Neiman, Keith Mitchell, and Anirban Lahiri are all tied in third at -5. There you go. There's your golf report. As close to golf as we'll ever get on this show. Excuse me, I am yawning. Okay, let's get over to the media, and then we'll wrap things up with our internet or our international broadcasting. Well, wow. In the new Major League Baseball collective bargaining agreement, get this, ESPN is the big winner. How? Well, we're going to tell you. Major League Baseball and its Players Association agreed to a new collective bargaining agreement. And one of the points agreed to was the expansion of the league playoffs. 12 up from 10 will compete this year. The format for the expanded playoffs will see the top 2 division winners in each league getting byes to the division series, with the third division winner playing the third wild card team and the 2 other wild card teams squaring off in 3-game series. That's right. Additionally, the Game 163 tiebreaker will kiss the big wahine. That's right. All playoff spots will be determined through NFL-type tiebreaker formulas. No reseeding for league division series. First plays winner of 4 versus 5 wildcard series. Second seed plays 3 versus 6 winner. There you go. It's very simple. So simple. A child or Kamala Harris could figure it out. So now, why is the Total Sports monolith so giddy like a schoolgirl in heat? Well, because all those extra wildcard games will be on their networks as part of the company's new big old Major League Baseball deal announced last year. Don't believe me? We got a bit from the press release to read to you. As for the postseason, ESPN will have the rights to exclusively broadcast the tape all MLB wildcard series starting in 2022. If that format is revived, if the current wildcard format remains in place, ESPN will exclusively carry one of the two wildcard games and will gain 8 additional regular season games. Yes. Now, based on that quote, ESPN will go from one wildcard game to as many as 12. For context, Fox maxes out at 8 division series games, with 2 going to MLB Network, and Turner has a max of 10 division series games. There's also the weird potential for ESPN to air more playoff games than Turner over a full postseason in the event of 3 sweeps in Turner's 3 series and ESPN's 4 wildcard series going to 3 games max. Now, here, if the new format existed in 2021, is how things would have gone. The American League buys to the division series go to the Rays and Astros. Wild card series, White Sox Blue Jays, winner faces Astros. Wild card series, Red Sox Yankees, winner faces Rays. In the National League, the buys to the division series go to the Giants and Brewers. A wild card series, Braves versus Reds, winner faces Brewers. And Dodgers versus Cardinals, winner faces Giants. Now, back in 2020, wildcard series viewership didn't light the world on fire, but there were 8 series rather than 4, and 6 of those 8 matchups ended in 2-game sweeps. The 2 decisive Game 3s did quite well, and with the 8 teams playing in the wildcard series going forward being theoretically more evenly matched series, should be more exciting and tighter. Now, the expanded playoffs will cost the 4-letter monolith $100 million as part of the company's new TV deal with Major League Baseball, but that's a price they were clearly willing to pay. All right, another little TV media beats. Let's give it to you. 2 weeks ago, Formula One joined the large amount of leagues and governing bodies moving events out of Russia following Russia's invasion, now war crime, of Ukraine. Canceling September's planned Russian Grand Prix in Sochi. Well, last week they terminated their contract with the race's promoter, meaning there are now no future F1 events set for Russia. The race had been set to move to St. Petersburg next year. Now, Formula One has ended their deal with broadcaster Match TV, which ran through 2023, meaning F1 races elsewhere will now not be broadcast in Russia. They've also shut down their F1 TV streaming service in Russia. That's right. That's right, Mr. Putin, and it's all because of you. Now, this comes after the Premier League suspended its relationship with Russian broadcaster Oko Sport, and after the WWE terminated its own partnership with Match TV and shut down WWE Network in Russia. Match TV, which began broadcasting in 2015, is owned by Gazprom Media, a part of Russia's state-owned oil giant Gazprom. Sports effects of Russia's invasion of Ukraine continue to be seen on many fronts, from the Paralympics booting Russian athletes to FIFA and the IIHF, that's hockey's federation, suspending Russia's national team to EA video games following suit to the NHL, severing its relationship with the KHL, to pressure on owners like Chelsea's Roman Abramovich to sell their teams. These repercussions are also being felt in the broadcasting world, and it'll be interesting to see what this means for Match TV in the long run, as most of their listed rights are now gone with the wind. Oh, yeah. And by the way, the KHL deal also means ESPN won't be broadcasting their hockey games. Shame. Hey, how about the streaming strategy thing? Speaking of Bally Sports, which I know we weren't, but for this segue, pretend that we were. Fox CEO Lachlan Murdoch talked to investors on Thursday about a number of topics under the company's umbrella. Naturally, the topics of streaming and live sports came up. Now, perhaps surprisingly, Murdoch's comments indicate Fox is going in a different direction from its competitors. Fox's primary streaming service is Tubi, which is free and ad-supported. Now, in contrast, Peacock has various tiers, including a free ad-supported one. Hulu and Paramount Plus have subscription fees no matter if you want ads or not, and ESPN Plus, Apple TV Plus, and HBO Max have just one ad-free for non-live programming subscription-free offering. Now, the companies don't just differ in which services they're supporting, but also what live sports are available to them. Now, ESPN Plus has oodles of live content. Why do you do that? Why do I do that? Thank you. Let's see, where was that? Oh, oodles. Has oodles of live content and simulcast games from corporate parent ABC. Actually, corporate cousin ABC. Well, sister network ABC. Because ABC and ESPN are by Disney. There you go. But games on other ESPN networks aren't available. A similar situation is true of Peacock. Games on the NBC broadcast network are simulcast, and there is other live sports content, most notably the Premier League. But games on cable, which is USA, and before it got shut down, NBCSN, are not included. The same is true for Paramount Plus. Nothing from CBS Sports Network Live, outside, of course, of the Champions League and Europa League. But live sports on CBS are simulcast. Now, HBO hasn't rolled out live sports quite yet, though it has the option for the NBA and will broadcast U.S. soccer matches on the service next year, and quite possibly will be entering the pro wrestling field with either the newly purchased Tony Khan wrestling promotion Ring of Honor or Tony's other wrestling promotion, something called AEW. Now, Fox is, well, doing something a little different. Their NFL games and seemingly most of their live sports content won't be available on a Fox operated streamer, despite the company owning those rights. Ah, yes. Now, this isn't exactly a surprise, considering that a year ago, when the NFL announced its new TV deals, Fox's commitment to Tubi seemed based on non-live content. Now, Murdoch's comments on Thursday, combined with Fox's decision to sub-license some of its newly acquired UEFA matches to Fubo TV, crystallized where Fox's priorities lie regarding streaming. If you want to stream Fox's live sports, aside from events like the Super Bowl, where the paywall has traditionally come down for everyone without subscribing to a live streaming service, you're going to need an authentication login. Whether or not that's the right decision will be left to both short and long time history. Oh, dear Lord. Everybody, hey, a dollar is a dollar, especially if you holler. That's right. Let's pop this X here. Thank you. Okay, let's rock and ride on this one. Alrighty, let's keep going here. Let's keep going here. And yes, friends, after Major League Baseball and the players also agreed to a new CBA, things were back to normal to MLB's website. That website hadn't had photos of current Major League players or news on them since the owners locked out the players on December 2nd. But the players' headshots returned early Thursday evening. However, something went wrong with the main MLB.com homepage. Shortly after that, trying to navigate to MLB.com proper led to the 404 error picture at the top for many people, although various team sites, individual news, and a very strange incident. There we go. Now, that's strange. Thank you. Let's see. So they're back. They're back up. So there you go. They're back up. Har har. Okay, let's keep going. All right. Some little shorters. ESPN insider Jeff Passan's Twitter account was hacked during MLB labor negotiations. Tim Tebow admits his New York Jets press conference was a disaster. No kidding. Warner Media, which will soon be under Discovery Warner Brothers, or Warner Brothers Discovery, or just Disc War Bro, Discovery Warner Brothers. Um, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Kind of looks like the folks at what will soon be a new company name are hinting at interest in streaming the NBA on HBO Max. Ooh, interesting, don't you think? Yes. There are details to be worked on, obviously. Now, with the way various networks and companies are pumping money in their own streaming services, it's only a matter of time before some or all of their linear content ends up as a simulcast. And now that's not to mention companies that so far haven't even been involved in live sports. In recent weeks, Apple has been the latest to get on board, pivoting with a exclusive MLB deal and a rumored plan to bid on a huge package of NFL assets. However, Discovery Warner Brothers, it says Warner Media, but I'm calling it as it is soon. Discovery Warner Brothers, or Warner Brothers Discovery's HBO Max, meanwhile, has yet to really jump into that particular fray. But that has always felt like a question of when, not if. To that end, Sport Techie spoke to executive Peter Scott of whatever company name they're going to use for Warner Media, who seemed to confirm the company's plans on that front. Scott mentioned one of the most visible properties in the Warner Media portfolio, too, Turner's NBA rights. It may be a destination down the road to put NBA games on HBO Max. I think there's no question about it. If we can work out a deal where the cable operators are cool with us doing that, I think you have to look at that as a potential place. And we'll have to pay some incremental amount to be able to distribute on HBO Max. This is true. Now, here's the bug in the ointment, folks. Boom. Now, let's try that again. Here's a little bug in that, folks. ESPN obviously currently simulcasts a lot of their own live games on ESPN Plus and ESPN Plus on Hulu. And NBC does the same with Peacock. That's not tough to imagine a scenario in which TNT NBA games are available on HBO Max. There'll be a few questions to answer, though. It's not a gift to cord cutters if the content requires an authorized cable, satellite, and or provider subscription. That's still the case with a lot of the aforementioned ESPN content, for example. And we're also not talking about exclusivity either, where games would only be available on HBO Max. That especially seems very long way down the road at this point, as Warner Media, Discovery and Warner Brothers, um, would be cannibalizing itself. Could they try and carve out a different package with the NBA for some national exclusive games on streaming? Possibly, but the league would probably have other interest in that sort of arrangement as well, and it's not something that comes together overnight. No. Still, hearing an executive go on the record with quotes like this: "Hey, what we want to do with HBO Max is simple. We want to put the live sports on it. There may be a scenario where we go back to our partners with the cable operators and say, hey, do you mind if we put this on HBO Max?" So, yes, clearly this is the plan, and live sports have proven to be one of the more sustainable ways to attract and retain subscribers to streaming products. But there are still so many details to be figured out that it's likely imminent. Yes, I did say imminent. Do we? Can we? Are we? Oh, I hope we are. All right. Yay! We finally got it right. Now, Jim Boeheim, here are more headlines that we can give you. Small bouchon. Jim Boeheim let's try that again. Jim Boeheim arrogantly lashed out at reporters for pressing him on punch thrown by son Buddy. All right, here we go with more. I think that's it. Wow. That's it for our media look. First time for everything. Let's go now to the international scene. And we got your soccer mix right now. That's right. Happy Friday, everybody. And here we go. The Premier League: Chelsea over Norwich City 3-1. Newcastle United over Southampton 2-1. Wolverhampton Wanderers over Watford 4-0. And Aston Villa over Leeds United 3-0. In the Europa League round of 16, Seville beat West Ham United 1-0. Atalanta defeated Bayer Leverkusen 3-2. Barcelona and Galatasaray tied at 0. Rangers over Red Star Belgrade 3-0. Sporting Braga over Monaco 2-0. In the Europa Conference League round of 16, it was PAOK Salonka over Ghent 1-0. Feyenoord over Partizan Belgrade 5-2. Slava Prague over Lask 4-1. Roma over Vitesse 1-0. Gilmt over Alkmaar 2-1. Leicester City over Rennes 2-0. Marseille over Basel 2-1. Copenhagen and Eindhoven tied at 4 in the FA Women's Super Cup League, the FA Women's Super League. Chelsea over West Ham United 4-1. There you go. That means one thing. We're down to our last segment for the night. Okay, let's do this with proper love, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope it isn't the last time, but we will fight. All right, let's go to it. Did we do all this? Yeah, we did. Okay, thank you. In basketball, European EuroLeague basketball, Crvena Zvezda Mountains defeated Maccabi Tel Aviv 84-77. Alba Berlin over Olympiacos 90-75. Baskonia over Lyon Villeurbanne 72-69. And in overtime, it was Real Madrid over Olympia Milano, no relation to Alyssa, 92-88. In Euro Cup, Cedvita Olympiacos defeated Prometheus 98-84. Let's update you on the NBA right now. The Denver Nuggets lead the Golden State Warriors in the 8th minute of the 4th quarter, 100-98. And let's see, do we have any updates? Yes, we do. Los Angeles Kings lead San Jose Sharks 3-2. In Finnish hockey, almost said sake, but it is hockey. Tappara over Lukko 4-2. In Sweden, after overtime, Frölunda over Växjö 5-4. Djurgårdens over Leksands 4-2. Luleå over Färjestad 4-1. Malmo over Linköping 7-0. Rögle over Bayerns 3-0. And Timrå over Örebro 3-1. In Japanese, the Nippon Professional Baseball League preseason action. Everyone is playing right now in the 5th inning. It is the Seibu Lions over the Chiba Lotte Marines 1-0. In the 6th inning, Junichi Dragons, Hanshin Tigers tied at 1. 5th inning, Hiroshima Carp over the Nippon Ham Fighters 3-1. 5th inning, Rakuten Golden Eagles over the Okayama Bay Stars, Goose Eggs. Also in the 5th inning, the Akut Swallows and the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks are tied at 2. And in the 1st inning, the York Buffaloes lead the Yomiuri Giants 2-0. In cricket, the West Indies lead by 62 runs with 1 wicket remaining in the 1st innings. And in the ICC World Cup Women's Cricket, Pakistan required another 175 runs with 8 wickets and 217 balls remaining. There you go. And we are 5 minutes early, but doesn't matter because we're done. That's right. We are done for the evening, and we hope we're not done here. But we are done for the evening tonight. We will be back tomorrow night at 11:35 p.m. with another edition of the Wild and Wacky Steve Sporty Balls. again, thank you for joining us and wishing us well and everything else. Tomorrow is another day, and we hope for all of us it's going to be another good day. Another great day to come. Yes, we are hoping that. Boy, are we hoping that. So thank you everybody for watching. We will be back tomorrow. Want to wish Mandy good luck, Mandy Summers, good luck as she begins her latest Stuntman Comics edition, Gem Shock, drawn by Dale Kwan. And I want to wish her luck. I'm going to try to back it and perk it before we are either here to stay or gone away to another place here in the park. Yeah. So everybody, just as they say in the biz, stay tuned, and we'll keep you updated on everything. And I mean everything. But for right now, that is going to wrap it up for us. I want to thank you all very much. Continue to donate to pay for the funeral expenses for my mom. I'm going to spend the rest of the moments that I have here, unless a miracle happens, cleaning out stuff, throwing out things, and making the garbage man regret his, not making the garbage man or regret his job in life, I guess I will say, jokingly, because I love everyone who has work for things like I love people when they have, of course, employment in the services that we all need to live and strive and be alive. That's right. The garbage man is like the policeman, like the first responders. They too respond. They help make America beautiful. Da, da, da. Yes. Thanks everybody for watching. I am the Baxman. Cuckoo Cuckoo. I'll see you tomorrow night, everybody. God willing, and the creek don't rise. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. We are back tomorrow. There we go. There. Don't have to move it like that. I can just move it like this. We're back tomorrow. Please join us then. Good night and peace. And don't forget to always keep your sporty balls sparkling.